The Littlest Seed and the Whispering Wind. The sun had dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of soft orange and gentle purple. Beneath the sprawling roots of a grand old oak tree snuggled deep within the earth was a cozy little mouse burrow. It was a warm and safe haven, lined with soft moss and bits of fluffy cottonwood. Outside the tiny entrance, fireflies were just beginning their nightly dance, their tiny lights blinking like scattered stars in the twilight. Inside the burrow, a mother mouse with fur the color of warm cocoa was gently tucking her two little ones into their beds. Pip, the younger of the two, was a small mouse with bright, inquisitive eyes. His brother, Squeak, was just a little bit bigger and always ready for an adventure, even if it was just in his imagination. Their beds were made of the softest moss they could find, and their blankets were woven from the downy feathers that had fallen from birds nesting in the oak tree above. As his mother smoothed his tiny blanket, Pip's gaze drifted towards the entrance of their burrow. The outside world, even in the fading light, always held a certain magic for him. And tonight, something new had caught his attention. Just outside the doorway, lying on the cool earth, was a single, shiny seed. It was perfectly round and gleamed faintly in the dim light. Once his mother had kissed both Pip and Squeak goodnight and settled down in her own cozy corner, Pip couldn't resist his curiosity. He quietly crept out of his bed and tiptoed to the entrance. He peered out at the little seed, his whiskers twitching with interest. Carefully, he nudged it with his small pink nose. The seed felt smooth and cool to the touch, and it carried a faint, earthy scent, like the promise of sunshine and growing things. Just then, a gentle breeze rustled the leaves high up in the branches of the giant oak tree. The sound was like a soft sigh, a whisper carried on the air. The wind danced through the tall blades of grass outside the burrow, making them sway and ripple like a green ocean. Pip felt a tiny shiver of excitement mixed with a little bit of apprehension. The wind seemed to be telling secrets that only the forest knew. An idea sparked in Pip's little mouse brain. He wanted to see what the wind would do with this intriguing little seed. Gathering his courage, he put his shoulder against the seed and gently pushed. It rolled a little way, further from the safety of their burrow. He paused, listening to the whispering wind, and then, with a determined little grunt, he pushed again. This time, the wind seemed to take notice. A slightly stronger gust swept through the clearing, and it caught the tiny seed. It began to roll faster, tumbling gently across the forest floor. Pip and Squeak, who had now joined their brother at the entrance, watched with wide eyes as the seed journeyed away from their home. They saw it bounce over small pebbles and weave through the stems of tiny wildflowers. The wind carried the little seed further and further until it finally came to rest near a vibrant patch of colorful wildflowers. Red poppies, bluebells, and yellow buttercups swayed gently in the breeze, creating a beautiful tapestry of color. And then, as if drawn by the seed's quiet presence, a friendly ladybug with bright red spots landed right on top of it. Pip and Squeak, their curiosity bubbling over, couldn't resist any longer. They scampered out of their burrow and hurried over to where the seed lay nestled amongst the wildflowers. They stood beside the ladybug, their tiny noses twitching as they examined the little round treasure. They imagined all sorts of wonderful things that might grow from this single seed. Perhaps a tall sunflower that would reach up to the sky, or maybe a bush filled with juicy berries for them to nibble on. Finally, their mother called softly from the burrow entrance, reminding them that it was time for sleep. With one last look at the little seed and the friendly ladybug, Pip and Squeak scurried back to their cozy beds. Soon, both little mice were fast asleep, their dreams filled with images of tiny seeds sprouting into magnificent plants under the soft glow of the moonlight. The mother mouse watched over them, a gentle smile on her whiskered face, knowing that even the smallest seed held the promise of wonder and new beginnings. "Don't frog it like